90% of the people know or uses fair value gaps as just a 3 candlestick pattern. But that is surface level. A real gap begins when volume imbalances creates inefficiency. That's your imbalance in the market. And that's what I want to talk about today with you guys. So first thing, when I see the chart, right? And when most people see the chart, they're taught to read fair value as, candle number 1, candle number 2, candle number 3, and there you go. There's your fair value gap, right? But what I teach is to understand how it creates the fair value itself. So now that's now coming back to understanding what your imbalance is, right? What is your imbalance? That is your inefficiency market balance, okay? And again, that gets created when there is one-sided dominance of volume in the market. So in this example here, when we create these bullish imbalances, right here, bullish imbalance, bullish imbalance, bullish imbalance, for order for the chart to create a bullish imbalance, now at this exact price point, right? So if I zoom into this point, right, 432 buys and 47 sells. And again, when there is 300% or more buyers or sellers, that's when it creates an imbalance within the market. So imbalance comes first, right? And then once you have an imbalance, then you can anticipate a new fair value within the market. Again, when it creates new imbalances, so in this case, bullish imbalance, you can now anticipate for it to create bullish fair value in the market. So now going back, right, to a regular chart. That's how fair values are being created in the market. So if you guys are studying imbalances, right, and how imbalances are working, then you're one step ahead before the fair value gap even comes and for you to even trade the fair value itself. Most people are trading the fair value gap once fair value gaps are created or when it comes back into it, right? Then you're looking for your entries, right? But I teach my students to catch the first reversal move before it even comes back into the fair value itself. And again, that's using imbalances, how to read imbalances. So now at this bottom reversal point, what are you guys seeing on the regular chart here? Price is coming down, right? And we're filling this previous order block. And what are we doing on the regular chart? We're having a close, not below, right? And then at the same time, you guys are starting to see candle shifting, but again, no fair value gaps are being created in the market. So if you're using regular candlesticks, you're not understanding what's going on before it creates the fair value itself, right? So physically, you would need to see a gap up, like I said, and then take this gap fill when it comes back in. But if you guys understand how order flow is reacting at this point, so coming into this level, what are we doing, right? As we're coming into this level, what are we doing in the order flow chart? Coming into the level, and again, we're creating bullish imbalances, right? Bullish imbalances before it even makes that fair value itself as we tag into that order block, right? And again, if you guys look at that order block itself, what do you guys see here? Bullish imbalance, right? So again, it comes back to rebalance the bullish imbalance, right? So imbalance and then creates another imbalance. So that's another logic that I teach. Same thing with fair value gap, right? You need a fair value on top of fair values, meaning once you have an active fair value gap, once it comes back into it and trades back into it, you need it to actively create another fair value gap to be an actual bullish order flow. Right? Same thing here. When we come back into this tiny gap, come back in, If we don't create a new gap out of there, then again, it's most likely going to fail and return to lower prices, right? To take the lows out, or again, to rebalance lower time frame fair value. But the point is, if you start to understand imbalances coming into these levels, not just thinking about order blocks and fair value gaps in terms of just retail smart money concept, but actually looking in the order flow, right? By looking at the footprint and understanding what kind of interactions that it's having when we're in those levels. Are we creating bullish imbalances? Can we support that by creating more bullish imbalances, right? And again, you guys can see here, when we create that bullish imbalance, you can anticipate a new fair value to come into the market, which the new fair value comes to the market. And then what do we do again? We come back to fill the imbalance again. You guys can see right here, price trades back into the imbalance, right, with the fair value, and then creates another bullish imbalance, right, out of the bullish imbalance. So then again, what can you anticipate? Another fair value to make in the market to push higher. And what do you guys see? Massive fair value in the market now. Right? So hopefully this sauce help you guys understand and know the difference between what a fair value is and what imbalances is. Because when I see some videos, guys, I be seeing, oh, yep, they mark out the fair value gap and they just call it imbalance. You know? What, like, do you know how that's an imbalance and why that's an imbalance in there to even create that fair value gap itself? Right? So you guys need to first understand that everything comes from the lick itself, right? So it always comes with the sweep. And then regular chart, what do you guys get? No gap down or no gap up, right? Physically, like even here, we're not getting a gap down as we're coming into this level, right? We're not gapping below this level, right? No close below, no fair value below. At the same time, what are we doing? Creating bullish imbalances. So again, that all lines together, right? Not gapping down at the same time, creating bullish imbalance. That can give you an anticipation of a new fair value to come within the market. So this is the no gap down, make the imbalance, and then you can anticipate a new gap logic. So if you guys found value in this video, leave a like, leave a sub, and make sure to hit the notification so you keep updated with the new sauces that I'll be dropping. Peace.